Fenton and I'm an aeromodeller and an engineer. Join me on a fascinating journey where I show you some of the techniques used in scale aeromodelling. Hello again modelers, and welcome back to the channel. Just a short video. I'm just going to try out, do you remember the pulley system I made up for drawing the hot wire cutter through foam? I didn't actually try it, and I thought it might be an idea just to see if it actually works. So although I've moved on to other things for now, I just thought it would be kind of neat. Anyway, what I'm also trying, because somebody contacted me and said you really need to turn the wire up higher, so I'm going to go for 4 amps this time instead of 3. That works out at 16 volts, and I figured out this iCharger 208B, where you set the voltage and where you set the current. It doesn't matter what you set the to, it will accept, it will increase the current until you hit the maximum current that you selected, or you hit the maximum voltage. So where I set it to a maximum voltage of 14 volts and a current of 4 amps, it only actually got to 3 at 14 volts. So you've got to increase the voltage if you want to increase the current. It makes sense really, but I guess the two parameters work hand in hand and you have to set them both as a max. Okay, so it won't exceed 4 amps, it won't exceed 16 volts, one or the other, whichever one it hits first. So what we're going to try now is I'm just going to quickly cut a piece of foam just to show you how easily it cuts at 4 amps. Okay, now this will obviously depend on the length of the wire that you're using, but I've gone up a whole amp and we'll see what happens now. Okay, as you can see, I've got the 90-degree uprights just to act as a guide for the cutter. So here we go, it's at 3.9 amps, 4 amps more or less, and we'll give it a go. And it went straight through that really easily, much more easily, should we say. And there, it's a nice cut, and actually it's not really got very many ripples on it. So what we're going to do is we'll take another piece of foam, and it's cut to the length of the wing panels. That end needs trimming up because it's fairly horrid. So I'll trim up this end and we'll screw the wing rib blanks, the templates, onto the ends. We'll set it all up with the pulley and then we'll give it a go with the hotter temperature and with the pulley system drawing it through. Let's just see if it would have worked. You never know. Here I'm just going to true up the end because it's not quite straight. So we'll just true it up. Here we go. You can see that goes through that much quicker. Much quicker. So I realised I actually have to do the taper of the wing before I can cut it. So I've gone back a step, put the angles back on, and we've set it up so that it's now going to cut the taper in the wing so that the tip and the root are as per we saw before. Okay, so if you just bear with me, we're at 3.5 amps, we're going to 4. I've used the ruler, steel rule, across the 2 posts to ensure that that cut is going to be on that line. That's now at 4 amps. The wire is smoking nicely. So we'll just cut down, straight down. I've lifted the cutting block off the surface by a bit so that when you run down these angles, it creates a clean cut. I've noticed I've done that wrong on the previous video. Anyway, here we go. You can see how much quicker it is. Right, I'll leave the wire on. I'll turn it round and we'll cut this side. This is only a play around, so it doesn't really matter if it's not quite perfect. Just to see if this frame will work. You never know. Right, here we go again. This is still smouldering away. Definitely burns the foam off of the bow quicker. Here we go. That is much smoother, and I'm not having to apply anywhere near the effort that I was before, and the cut is seems lovely. So right, I'm going to stop that for a minute while we put the profile pieces on the ends and we have another go. Get rid of that incessant bleeping. Thank goodness I can hear you, sir. I have it all set up and I've got the camera angle so that you'll see what's going on. The bow is at the top here and it's resting on the ends, ready to go. That piece of foam is just to guide it as I get going. All I'm using at the moment is the weight of the steel rule, that's all. I have seen people add weight to the end of it just to give it a bit more power, but I'm not going to do that. But that at the moment, all the weight is the steel rule. There we go, that's taut, that's taut. They're all round the pulleys and everything else, so we're all good. The wire is away from the foam altogether at the moment, so I can turn the wire on. Once it gets hot, then I'll hold the wire, or hold the bow, and then I'll move the weight out of the way, and then hopefully it will do its thing. Again, sorry about the bleeping, can't do anything about it. Kick this foam out of the way. We'll let it drop a little bit, get it on the runners, and then we'll just let it do its thing. Coming out at this point, but you can see it's not very bowed. Oh well, that's what can happen. Not applying a downward enough pressure. And there we go. Let's turn that off, see what we've got. So what happened there, I wasn't holding the bow down on the foam, and when it broke through, it jumped up. So I recovered the situation by putting the bow back on, but I think it was probably too late then, the damage had already been done. So let's have a look at this surface. Well, that's actually really good. And this surface, not so good. But you can see where it's where we had the issue. It's only where it was riding over this and wouldn't sit down in it. It nearly worked, and actually it's a much smoother surface than we got before. So I think upping the current has definitely been a good idea. So and pulling it through would have worked as well, I think. But I think this pulling thing, you could see it was actually pulling more on the right than the left, and it's worked. You know, there's no stationary ridges along it. That's really good. So this pulling frame does work. Yeah, I'm glad of that. I'm just going to try and clean this up a little bit, but I don't think it'll work without leaving a mark. There we go, 4 amps. So we'll just quickly draw it across and see what happens. It's not really done anything better than we already had. But what it has shown is that we could probably sand that and get it right. But if I'd held the pressure down, I think that would have worked. So should we try the other side? Just see if we can make it work better. Seems a shame not to, doesn't it? Okay, so I'll change the template over and sort of just temporarily hold these sections in place so that when we flip it over we've got a flat surface to work on. We'll put the upper surface templates on and we'll try the top, but this time I'll apply some down pressure all the way and we'll see if that works any better. Alright, I'll set it up and we're back in a minute. Okay, we're going to try the other side. Now, it doesn't break through as much at the root on this side because the tip is so much lower. So what I'm hoping is that it won't break through as much. What I was toying with doing was actually putting another piece of foam on top of this to make it thicker. And that way, when it cut, it was cutting through foam all the way through. And that's an interesting idea, actually. I'd be curious to see if that works. But I'll save that for another day. What I'm going to concentrate on this time is trying to control the bow so that it is pushing down at all times, right the way through the cut from one end to the other, without altering its speed and flow and that sort of stuff. So we'll start the bow off. We'll bring it up to the 4 amps that we want, and then we'll have a go. We round the pulleys everywhere that we want to be. I've shortened the string here so it's now supporting it, so that shouldn't delay us trying to unhinge that, and we'll see how this goes. 16 volts, 3.9 amps, flicking between 3.9 and 4, so 16 volts, 4 amps. So let's try and do this time without breaking through and actually lifting it. So let's take that off at the end of that, put some weight on it, put some weight on both ends, let it go a little bit, and then here we go. Now all I'm doing is pushing down slightly. It's the weight of the bow, really. I don't know whether you can see this. It's definitely going faster at the root than it is at the tip. So I don't know what went wrong there. The pulleys weren't working at the same rate, so something was changed. Again, wasn't successful. I should have just checked that the pull rate was the same on both sides. I don't know why it had changed, because all I did was flip the wing over. But so this may not be successful. Yeah, you can tell here where the bow has now, it's hesitated, and then we've got a bit of a, and that's the other section underneath. No, it actually is very good. The root is nice, and it broke through the surface of the root, so that is quite amazing. But actually, that ridge there is very minor. It really is. So although that hesitated on the tip, and you can see the lines that it created, it's perfectly usable, if not better. Look at that laid trailing edge. You probably can't see it on there on the video, but the trailing edge is constant all the way through from one end to the other. The leading edge is a nice taper, so that wing actually is possibly better than the ones we actually made. But anyway, I just thought it was sort of unfinished business for me, really. I've gone to all the trouble of making this system of pulling evenly, and it will work. It needs a little bit of refining, a little bit of tinkering with, but the release method, I've got to perfect that, and maybe finding some way to hold the bow, maybe hang it from the ceiling with weights on it, so that it stays pushing down as it's drawn across. But I think you'll agree, the wire is sliding on the formers beautifully. The plywood ones with just a piece of piano wire across the top is proving to be excellent. What I just used, the former or the profile I just used on this piece, was actually made of 1/8 balsa, and it hasn't done any harm. It's not. I would go as far as saying it worked perfectly. So anyway, I think that's a wrap on the old foam cutting malarkey. I've proven that you can do it, and the pulley system is actually worth doing. because it's more consistent. I think the next wing panel I do, I could probably actually get it almost perfect, and certainly after that it would be fine. But the pulley system really does work. That's very good, that. All right, well, if you've enjoyed that, please click like and subscribe, and and you can join me on my next balmy enterprise.